Center in downtown Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tonight, the Winnipeg Sea Bears are taking on the two-time CEBL champs, Niagara River Lions. Good evening, I'm Tegan Rasha, and thanks for joining us tonight. This is the Sea Bears' fourth game of the season, and they're currently sitting at 2-1. As for Niagara, the River Lions only have one game under their belt, and they're looking to get to that win column and potentially be the first team to win 3 CEBL titles in a row. The crowd is quickly filling up Canada Life Centre, and we're expecting a loud one on this Friday night. With more, here's Joey and Dave.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Yes, welcome inside Canada Life Centre. Dave Crook, I'm Joey Slattery. A unique thing here, every year's a new year, Dave, but one thing that has stayed true between these two teams, 5-time meetings lifetime. Neither team has won on the road. Niagara trying to fix that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's always difficult to win on the road, but I think those are, it's a really good team on both sides, and this is a pretty tough building to play in, so Niagara's going to have their work cut out for them.
100%. Hey, and Winnipeg, one of the premier venues to play in the West. Niagara, one of the premier venues to play in the East. So the crowd always playing a factor between these teams, at least the statistics say. But before we get more into that, let's talk about the stats of tonight's game here, looking into it. Again, not a lot of tape here on Niagara. A little bit more for the Sea Bears. Niagara had 85 points, 40% field goal percentage, 59% from the free throw line, 36% from the three-point line, 21 assists and 45 rebounds. Looking over at the Sea Bears now, averaging 95.3 points a game, 46% field goal percentage, doing pretty well at the line at 85%, and 32% from the three-point line, 21.7 assists and 34.7 rebounds. So Niagara has an edge here on the rebounds, Dave, when it comes to overall rebounding of 45. Now, the Sea Bears, though, and the Niagara River Lions, 21 assists. These are two teams that like to move the ball around. Yeah,
they're going to move the ball. They're going to share. They're going to play in transition. I think the glass is going to be really important. It's hard to put a lot of stuff into Niagara's stat line because it's only based on one game, and they've made some roster changes since that game.
Head coach Mike Rainbow said the boards need to be fixed. That was a problem last game. Our Tegan Rasha had a chance to catch up with him before the game.
Coach, you're up against a team that only has one game under their belt. How does that impact preparation?
I mean, to be honest, we're just looking to try to get better at some of the things that we've been working at. I mean, we felt like there was some need to improve our ability to rebound the ball coming out of our last game, and we're really mostly just focusing on ourselves.
So you are back here at home. What are some of those things you're going to focus on tonight?
Yeah, I thought defensively we let a few possessions get away that, like I said, we could have collected rebounds and potentially put points on the board going the other direction. So we'd like to be a little bit more physical. Offensively, we want to continue to share the ball and hopefully, find our rhythm a little bit more.
And when it comes to scoring, you are seeing production from a bunch of different players. Is that part of the culture you're trying to build with your team?
We're definitely trying to play unselfishly and, make the right decision and find the open guy. And the guys have been doing a pretty good job of taking care of the ball and sharing it so far.
Back here at home, too, with a huge crowd expected tonight. How does it impact you guys on the court?
It's absolutely amazing to play here, and the fans are the best in the league, and we're hopeful that we can put out the type of game that has them on their feet lots.
Okay, thanks and good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Tegan. The last time the Niagara River Lions won a game, Dave Crook, was right here in this building for a CEBL championship, looking to get back on that track. Stay with us. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube page, as well as the CEBL YouTube page and CEBL Plus.
Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian hoops.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're gonna have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail, this is the real, and all that I gotta say. I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. The Winnipeg CEBL hosting the Niagara River Lions here on a beautiful Friday evening. Two teams that have historically played well at home. Niagara, two-time defending champions, yet to beat the CEBL at home. Trying to do that here tonight. Dave, what's going to be the keys to the game here, beginning with Niagara?
Well, I think the one thing for Niagara is they really want to have a balanced attack. That's one of the ways they play. One of the ways they do that is being really good in transition, getting up and down the floor, sharing the ball. Second thing, I think they want to integrate the new additions. They got a couple key pieces, in place since their last game who are going to, I think, have a big impact on how this game goes. And they want to attack the paint. They use the post, they put the ball in the post, they attack on the inside, but also with some dribble penetration.
Yeah, Winnipeg coming off a crushing loss in Scarborough, a 2-point loss where they struggled rebounding, particularly in target score time. What are the keys for them tonight?
I think transition continues to be a big thing. It's been a weakness for the CEBL, and historically, I think they've gotten better at it, but they have to do a good job, and that's one of the things they're going to need to do to win tonight. Second thing is they got to deal with that interior attack. Niagara pushing the ball, trying to get it inside. I think it's important that the CEBL do a job there. And lastly, second chance points. It killed them the other night in Scarborough, and they need to stop Niagara from getting them, but they have to get them themselves, and they have to capitalize.
And we just heard, if you can hear in the background, starting lineups have been introduced. The game ball's coming out. So let's take a look at the starters for tonight's game. Starting for Niagara, you've got Blondo, Chuqueño. You've got Cameron Warrens, Nathan Cayo, Elijah Lufile. He's got his own three-peat going, looking to make it four. And Keontae Kennedy for the home CEBL wearing white and teal trim. You've got Emmanuel Acott, the local Winnipegger, Teddy Allen, Trey McGowans, Simon Hildebrandt, and Jeremiah Tillman Jr., who's had some great games. Didn't get a lot of playing time. Tillman Jr. in the last game was dealing with some foul trouble and was also a little bit under the weather. He's fully good to go here today. So that is the starting lineups here, but we also have to look at our players to watch here. Dave, who do you have as the two players highlighted here tonight?
Well, it's interesting. One of them, I got Donald Carey coming in for Niagara. He's, he wasn't there last game. He could have a huge impact on the way this game's played. He's a great creator. He's good with the ball. He can shoot the three ball. I think he's going to be the motor that makes them run. So I think the Winnipeg is really going to have to do a job on him. And going the other way, I think, you talked about him, Jeremiah Tillman. He was under the weather last game, didn't play a lot because he wasn't feeling well, had foul trouble, got 6 minutes out of him. And their first two wins, he just got so much done. And he's a great big man. He doesn't demand the ball, but when he gets the ball, he's efficient with it. He's a great rebounder, and he's a shot blocker. He's a presence around the rim. So I think, down a matchup direct head-to-head with two guys who could be really impactful on the game tonight.
He had the target score winner in that home game before they went off to Scarborough, got himself acquainted with fans here. Some high-flying dunks. There were a few of those last game. I'm sure we'll see him again. The other thing that sticks out to him, Dave Crook, is he doesn't miss often from inside the three-point line. He's got a great field goal percentage here in the CEBL. And looking at Donald Carey, as you were saying, there's a guy who was the Big East Sportsmanship Award winner. He's a 5-year Division I player. And he's a guy that has plenty of experience from the G League to here. And he's going to be an important part here for Niagara. Niagara wearing the black with the green trim. As mentioned earlier, August 6th, 2025, an important date in Niagara River Lions history, the day they won their second straight CEBL championship right here in this building. If you recall, if you were watching that game on championship weekend, There were a lot of Winnipeg fans rooting for the Niagara River Lions up against the Calgary Surge, switching allegiances, as we're going to find out, temporarily. Tonight, they're going to be rooting for the Teal here. It is now time for our tip-off. Tip-off is presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. We are underway. Winnipeg with possession. Trey McGowan's going to kick things off. Aycott using a couple of screens to move the ball to the other side of the floor. Allen to Hildebrand for three. Cans it. Quick start here for the Sea-Bears.
Great ball movement right there by the Sea-Bears. Unselfish ball, gets it swung around, gets to the second side. Open three for Hildebrand on the corner three.
Niagara looking for a response. Bring it down to the post is Kayo. Spin around jump shot, no good. Lufile tips it off the glass. Rebound put back, no good. Emmanuel Aycott security. Going to run the ball the other way for Winnipeg. Hildebrand, quick three. Doesn't get that one to fall. Rebound secured by Niagara. That's Warrens. Warrens guarded closely by Aycott, looking for any kind of space. Uses the screen from Lufile, finds an open shot, clanks it. Teddy Allen with the rebound. McGowan's takes it to the hoop. Hard take, can't get it to fall. Hildebrand misses the rebound, and it's secured by Lufile. Niagara going to walk it up the other way. Skip pass. Kayo for three. Cans it.
Nice ball movement again. Both teams got an open three by moving the ball, get it to the second side. One of the things you're seeing for the Seabirds right now, they're not scared to switch 1 to 4 defensively.
Couple threes to open up the ball game. Tillman Jr. handing it off to Aycott. Aycott guarded closely by Warrens. Here's Tillman inside with Lufile. This will be a matchup we see all night. Tillman Jr. can't find the edge. Good defense by Lufile, but he sneaks the reverse and he gives a little stare down on the way back.
Two of the best big men in the league going head-to-head there. Nice play. Lufile can really guard. He's big, strong, but Tillman showing him the business.
Teddy Allen with the steal. The franchise leader in a single game aspect. Hands it off to Aycott, and Teddy Allen, a rebound, a steal, and an assist to start the game here for number 8.
Unselfish play again. Teddy's really putting in an effort on the defensive end.
And there's 2 points from Chuqueño.
Nice play again. Transition is so important. When the ball barely got out of the basket, and it's going in the other basket.
Back and forth we go. Trey McGowan's takes it all the way in right into Lufile.
It's one of the things McGowan's can do, a big guard. He likes to get deep and see if he can make something happen for himself or for others.
Warren spots up, puts the three, no good. Rebound tracked down by Tillman Jr. Winnipeg going to slow it down slightly. Never mind, here's the lead pass into Hildebrand. Nearly has it stolen, but he's able to put it in. Hildebrand off to a hot start.
Nice pass though again, unselfish over the top. Winnipeg playing that transition game, something that I think they need to do if they're going to be successful.
Hildebrand already has 8 points and 2 rebounds here. And the ball is going to be, there's going to be a foul here against Tillman Jr. That'll be his first team foul, number 1. This Western Conference game is presented by Cal Tire. So we get a replay here. There's a foul on Tillman Jr. as Lufile takes a hard take to the basket. Also want to point out tonight's officials. Crew chief is Cooper Toppings. Umpires are Neil Donnelly and Chris Brischuk.
Lufile's a big body, and he plays hard. He plays at the rim. His engine's going all the time. Winnipeg really has to be aware of them. And it's not a great start to see Tillman pick up that early foul. That could really impact, the Seabears long term.
Yeah, Lufile has proven himself to be the missing piece if you want to win a championship. As we mentioned earlier, Niagara has back-to-back championships. He was on both those teams, and he won another one the year before as well as the ball's worked into Tillman Jr. in the high post. Hands it off to Mason Krause, who's now checked into the game for Winnipeg, as is Davian Warren, who gets his first 3-point field goal of the night.
Warren was fantastic in the first home game for the Seabears. He really tilted it in their favor against the Mamba when he came off the bench and really produced.
And he said he really enjoys playing here. He's enjoyed his first experience on the home side, but he said he loved it as an away player too, as that three-pointer is good from Nathan Kayo. So back and forth we go, 4-point lead for the Seabears. Allen quickly getting inside to Tillman Jr., who's got a little bit of a mismatch on Kayo. Goes up and draws the foul on Kayo. You can see there's a little miscommunication there between him and Lufile.
That was a tough one. It switch on the inside, a little bit of an overmatch. Tillman just took advantage of there down on the block and drew the foul. We're going to see him here spin. Kai really doesn't want a piece of him. Lost sight of the ball, and then on that spin move just got into the body. And Tillman, veteran play, gets a chance to go to the line, shoot a pair.
Bit on the ball fake there as Nate Balamu checks into the game. Second game of the season for Balamu. He joined the Seabears in Scarborough as Tillman Jr. misses that foul shot. Basically off the plane. He was 4 days away from playing his last game in Portugal. Jumped in, played well. He said it was the biggest challenge was getting used to the systems and the offensive systems, but he said he had a lot of guidance there. He felt he did well, and after a practice in between, said he's ready to play here today, and he's excited to be back in front of the home crowd. Really made a name for himself last year.
Did an amazing job. It was a walk-on. Not invited to camp, came on his own, tried out, made the team, and then earned minutes during the season by just playing hard and playing whenever he was on the floor. He just worked, made things happen. Good defender too.
Emmanuel Acott is back in the game as well for the Seabears. Niagara working around. And that's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Winnipeg. It will remain Niagara ball. Cole Long now in the game here for Niagara, as is Curtis Hollis, former Vancouver Bandit. Experienced player in this league, one of the top guards as well, getting his first taste of action here with the River Lions. Long has the ball knocked away by Allen, and Krause gets tied up with his teammate there. That was Davion Warren, both going hard for the ball, and it's going to be a foul here against Niagara. It looks like that's going to go against Cole Long. So the second foul of the game here for Niagara.
Long did not look comfortable with the ball there. Back to the basket, didn't know what's going on. Gets the double. Warren makes a hustle play, can't pick it up, runs into Krause, but in the end, foul, and Seabears maintain possession.
Krause going to spot up for a quick three. That one's short. Rebound secured by Niagara. That's Kayo getting it out to Kennedy. Kennedy over to Carey Jr., your player to watch here. River Lions working that right side of the court, knocked out of bounds. It will remain Niagara ball. Trey McGowan's checking back into the game, and Armani Chaney getting his first look at action here tonight for Winnipeg.
Winnipeg going with the 2 point guards at the same time. First time we've seen this all year, or at home.
There's Kayo working inside on Acott. Can't get the hook shot to fall, and the rebound is secured by Nate Balamu. Out come the Seabears. Armani Chaney going to slow things up on the wing, working on Cole Long. McGowan's on Kayo rather. Skip pass to Nate Balamu, but he was out of bounds. Just didn't know where his footing was there. Follow us at CEB League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. Timeout here called. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more CEBL action. Stay with us.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From high rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped, but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
Welcome back. Winnipeg CEBLs leading the Niagara River Lions 15-10 here at Canada Life Center in downtown Winnipeg. It was a summerish day here in Manitoba's capital after it's been cold here for a while, but it's heated up inside here. Dave, good to be back in Canada Life Center. Another capacity crowd here for the CEBLs, as we've become accustomed to.
Pace has been really fast, Joey. Both teams really looking to push the ball. It's amazing how quickly, when Niagara gains possession, how quick they're in the front court trying to make things happen.
It's been a quick pace game here, 15-10, as we have 4:30 left in the first quarter. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Niagara looking for their first win against the CEBLs at Canada Life Center. As Kennedy puts up a three in the face of Acott and lets him know. Nice three-pointer there.
Acott just a little slow there getting out on the shooter. Nice shot, though, by Kennedy. Got his feet set, knocked that one down.
CEBLs working the offense now. Davion Walker slips up on a drive to the basket. It's going to be a foul against Curtis Hollis.
Bit of a tough call there by Hollis. I think there was contact, but Warren went down, and the referee sort of has no option. We'll see here on the replay. It's almost like he was slipping ahead of time, and tough one. Tough one, you know, when the game's on the move, a referee, that's a really difficult call. We have the benefit of a slow-mo
Totally,
replay,
yeah.
You know,
well, the other thing, too, though, ironically, this was an area where he had a spill yesterday in practice.
Right.
Didn't hurt himself, obviously, but had to wipe it up. So that part of the floor for Davion Warren's not the most friendly part of the floor, but nonetheless, the CEBLs have possession. Allen trips up his defender, puts up the three, and he gets going. Teddy Allen, who's had some slow starts here to begin the season, getting one early.
But he's been doing all the other things, which makes him great. I mean, like when last home game, you know, he had a silent night and still was 20 and a double-double.
Winnipeg putting pressure on Niagara. That's Carey Jr. getting it over to the wing. Here's Hollis, has the ball swatted away by McGowan's, and it's last touched by Niagara. So Winnipeg basketball as Simon Hildebrand checks in for the CEBLs. And we've got Tegan Rasha joining us here, our sideline reporter, and she's got a note for us. Tegan.
Joey, Coach Rainbow had a level head in that timeout, as did most of the players. I think they're really happy with how this game is off to a start, and they're going to focus on keeping that movement going, moving the ball side to side, and he said just keep it simple.
And thank you, Tegan. Missing that shot was Simon Hildebrand, and yeah, a very clean start here for the CEBLs as Hollis goes hard into Hildebrand. And he's going to be called for the charge. Hollis can't believe it. Simon Hildebrand stepping into that one and taking all of the impact.
Yeah, nice play by Simon, sacrificing himself. You see here he's outside the circle, feet are out, and lots of contact on the body. Ball goes in. I know that Niagara bench was asking for the shot to count, but I think the contact takes it away in FIBA in these rules.
He just made it outside the restricted area to take that one.
It was pretty tight.
Nothing like taking that and not getting the offensive charge. I don't know if it's insult to injury or injury to insult, whatever it is. Here's Acott now working on the wing, getting it inside. Tillman Jr. far out, away from the block, working his way in on long. Spin hook, gets that to fall. He's so talented down there.
Nice move on the spin back, but I think he wants to catch it a little deeper than that, but nice move by Long on defensively.
And ball secured. Long going to put up a three. A little bit strong on that one, and it's an easy rebound for Emmanuel Acott. Here's Trey McGowan's with a lead pass to Tillman Jr. He's fallen out of bounds, tries to get it to Acott, and it's Long leading the charge for Niagara the other way. Here's a three-point attempt. No good. Rebound up, no good again. A couple of attempts here for Niagara, no one can get it to fall. Here's Acott trying to dump it off to Hildebrand, but it's knocked away by Carey Jr.
Both teams just pushing tempo right now.
Cal Tire, proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. Here's a drive, and losing it there was Phil Jordan. Also goes by Jordan Chuente. But But it's going by Phil Jordan tonight. We double checked, and there's a three-pointer from Jeremiah Tillman Jr., doing it from all areas of the floor.
Wow, that's huge. If he can knock that down, stretch the floor like that, that's fantastic for the Seabears. But the pressure the Seabears are putting on the River Lions defensively is unbelievable.
And that ball handed off and knocked out of bounds. Going to be a foul, and that's going to go against Teddy Allen. So Teddy Allen picking up his first foul of tonight's game.
Teddy got a little caught on that high screen and just was a little late getting there. But the Seabears are really, really putting a lot of pressure on the ball. Overextending, playing tough. Niagara having a little problem right now with all the ball pressure.
Davian Walker into the game now for the Winnipeg Seabears. Here's Warren, pulls up mid-range, can't get it to fall. Davion Warren, who's checked back in, picks up an easy rebound. Oh, almost traveled there, able to get it off to Trey McGowan's. Now he has it back on the wing, working the pick and roll with McGowan's. He's going to call it off. 11 on the shot clock. He'll pull up for three, no good. And Lufile can't track it down, and he knocks it out of bounds, so it will remain Seabears basketball.
Tough one there for Lufile, ball on the ground. He just was spinning as he was trying to make contact, and box out Hildebrand just couldn't, get the handle. But again, effort on the offensive glass helps out the Seabears.
And they learned that lesson the hard way last game on Tuesday in Scarborough, where they were out-rebounded offensively 14-9, and particularly had a hard time grabbing defensive rebounds and target score time, where they lost 103-101 and gave up a 10-point lead in that game.
Smart play there by McGowan to sort of break up the transition as Niagara was really, again, head of steam. They were just flying.
Connor Vraken checking into the game for Niagara. And Armani Chaney back into the game here for Winnipeg. 23-13 is your score. Just a little more than a minute to play here in the first quarter.
It's interesting that Winnipeg's up 10, and Niagara feels like they're sort of controlling a lot of the tempo.
Yeah, well, check that. Nice three-pointer there. That one is from Donald Carey Jr. 23-16 is the score. Chaney dumps it off to Hildebrand, who can't handle the pass. Saved by Teddy Allen. Chaney has it now at half. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 40 seconds on the game clock. Chaney working into his defender. Skip pass, three from Walker. No good, and Lufile going to secure that. 30 seconds in the game, 22 on the shot clock. Niagara not wasting any time. Long driving baseline. Tough take, 2 points and the foul.
Oh, the man. Niagara is unbelievable in transition. They just push the ball so fast. They run the lane, they run wide, they look the head man. They do a lot of great things. The other thing, they shoot the ball pretty well as a team, so they're a tough team to play against. They're willing to shoot it in transition. They're willing to move it side to side to set up the three. But boy, oh boy, if you're not back, they're going to get easy things against you and make you pay.
Yeah, a little confusion here. The foul was on Armani Chaney, but Teddy Allen coming off, and he was checking to see if the foul was on him because he was coming off because of the foul. It's too late now. He's a little disappointed, but a little miscommunication there between the players and the referees and the coaching staff on who that foul was on. But it is Armani Chaney picking it up.
That would have been Teddy's second. I think they didn't want to risk him at the end of the quarter.
And Long hits that, so it's a 4-point ball game here. A little more than a second between the game clock and shot clock. McGowan's setting up the offense here for Winnipeg. Davion Walker cutting through. Finds space, puts up the floater, can't get it to fall. Here comes Niagara. Break it to Long. Skip pass in the corner, 7 seconds left. Layup, no good. Rebound by Lufile. He's knocked over. 2 seconds. Can they get a shot off? Carey Jr. counts if it goes, and it is no good. So at the end of the first quarter, the Winnipeg Seabears lead the Niagara River Lions 23-19. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, and CEBL YouTube pages, as well as CEBL Plus.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now, you might have questions like,
do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local, legal, and secure gambling site.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian hoops.
Two hands. Oh, what a block from behind.
Welcome back. Rianne Marcoux joins us now. She's the president of the Sea Bears. The news just announced today. How do you feel about the promotion?
I'm honored. Honestly, it's been a whirlwind of the first few months, but it's been phenomenal. The staff have been so great, and so I couldn't be more proud to be part of this organization.
And while it's your first official day on the job in this role, what is your vision for the team and the Sea Bears organization?
I think we really just want to deepen our connection within the city and the province, really build out our community building. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Tegan. We are underway here the second quarter. Pretty even matchup here so far. 7 points off turnovers for Winnipeg to Niagara 6 as Carey Jr. puts up a 3 and kicks off the second quarter with some heat. Pulls this to within 1.
Winnipeg trying to get out of the screen there, give him a little space, and he's not shy to knock that one down.
We have ourselves a ball game here early. Tillman Jr. way outside. You're going to work the ball over to Acott. Acott on the file, skips it back to Cheney for a long 3, and he banks that in. 3 points, Armani Cheney. Chiqueño working on Cheney. Brings it inside, pops it back out to Vraken for a long 3, and he doesn't get it to fall. Rims out, but he had the range. Here's Allen. Picking up speed, down the lane, right down the middle, offhand layup. Teddy Allen makes it look easy.
It's unbelievable how in the air, the control, the body control he has, the game just sort of slows down. A little soft touch off the ice.
Kind of like the Matrix.
Unbelievable.
Here's Kaya with an open lane, goes right into Tillman, gonna skip it out. Weak side 45-3. Clanks no good to File, gets the rebound, but he can't jam it home. But Hildebrandt knocks it right back into his hands, and he draws the foul on the second attempt. File just working like a dog down there as Simon Hildebrandt picks up a foul.
He's as good as anybody in the league at doing that stuff. He's a big body, takes up space, you know, and got pretty good hands, even though, you know, the ball got knocked away there. But Winnipeg has to put in a bigger effort if they're going to, you know, keep the River Lions in control, because they give them these second chance opportunities. They're going to make them, and Lafille's looked really confident to the line the first time he got there.
And now he's at the line.
Short on the second one a little bit, eh?
Yeah, clanks that one. Quick outlet to Allen, and he'll put in another 2. Armani Cheney getting the assist. You can activate Teddy Allen early. It's only good news if you're the Sea Bears. And another steal for Allen. Here he goes, leading the charge. Bounce pass to Cheney, gets it right back. Up he goes. Can't get it to fall, but he draws the foul.
And again, it's unbelievable. The two teams are flying up and down. One thing for Niagara, it's great if you want to score a transition and you want to play fast and fast as they're playing, but they've got to do a job going the other way. Winnipeg is just run by them time and time again. Winnipeg's not scared to throw the ball over the top, and they're running straight down the middle of the lane. Niagara's pushing it a little bit wider in transition. Winnipeg's just playing rim to rim.
And Keontae Kennedy picking up that foul as Allen hits the shot. First of 2, each team with a foul here in the second quarter early.
You know, Winnipeg had a 10-point lead. Niagara brought it back, and now Winnipeg stretched it out again. And part of it's been not only the transition game, but, you know, the defense, the pressure that they put on Niagara, just keeping them off balance.
So here's Niagara now, looking for a response. Down 9. Warren's at the wing. Kayo taking it right at Simon Hildebrand. Hildebrand playing him tough. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound up for grabs. Lufile can't get there on time, but it will remain Niagara ball.
Interesting call. It looked like came off Lufile's hand there, but Niagara's going to retain possession.
Yeah, Filowich was pretty upset. Wanted a challenge. Not going to happen.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, it really looked like Lufile knocked it out, but hey, Niagara's happy to have the ball.
No more challenge button. In the old Mike Taylor days, you'd have this whole place going red. Here's a long three from Kennedy, no good. Lufile tracks it down. Lufile, up he goes, and he'll draw the foul and go to the line for another 2.
And again, they just have to find a way. They got to put a body on him. I mean, it's one thing to be hit between him and the rim. That's fine. But if they don't physically try to move him, you know, it's just too easy for the big man. And he's got, like I said, he's got great timing and he's got really good hands. Filowich is still talking to the officials about the ball being knocked out earlier.
So Lufile has 5 rebounds as he misses that shot so far. And that means something.
Made that second one. Looked a little more confident, but he looks a little fast at the foul line. He's a little impatient.
Yeah, he's 4 rebounds away from 300 in his career. As Teddy Allen now has the ball worked over to the far side of the scorer's table. It's Armani Chaney working on his defender, finding some space, goes upstairs. Acott tracks it down, 5 on the shot clock. He goes up, Kayo knocks it away and is able to secure the ball, and now a foul on Emmanuel Acott.
A lot of contact there on the inside. Acott, certainly from our angle, looked like a foul. I think the referees don't have that same angle, the same luxury that we saw there. And then Acott gets called with a cheap one going back the other way in transition.
Got to play through it. Acott, only his first foul of the game. 3 fouls against the Sea Bears, 1 against the Niagara River Lions here in the second quarter. Ball's knocked away, and it is secured by Chiqueño. Chiqueño going to take it all the way through, and he's swatted by Kyler Filowich, who secures it, but he's going to step out of bounds. It will remain Niagara basketball, but what a huge swat by number 14.
Nice play there by Filowich to use his body to, create a little space, but use his length to get that block.
Lufile with it now. Just inside the 3-point line, finds a wide open Kayo underneath the hoop. Easy 2 points for Nathan Kayo.
And part of that's the problem with Winnipeg doing all that switching on the inside. That time there wasn't good communication. They weren't shoulder to shoulder on the switch, and they gave up the open layup on the inside.
There's Warren now. Takes the screen from Acott. Kayo picks him up. Skip pass, weak side 45. 3 points for Chaney is good.
Last one, he had the help of the backboard to knock that one. He knocked it down again. Long shot. He's shooting the ball really well. Shot it well against Scarborough as well, too. So he's showing a little bit more than he did early in training camp.
Settling nicely in here with the Sea Bears offense is Armani Chaney. That's 2 3-point field goals for him here in the first half. Here's a 3-point try for Niagara. No good. That was Kayo. But another offensive board for Niagara. Here's another chance. Warren's no good. Rims out. Teddy Allen going to secure that. Teddy's got 3. Here's a shot from the corner. Davion Warren for 3.
Wide open. They just can't make that mistake. They've got to do a better job in transition. Niagara defensively, they're doing a great job going forward, but they're not doing much coming back.
And as we've seen, when he gets hot, it's hard to stop. That's what happened last game here at Canada Life Center. Stay with us. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, CEBL YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Winnipeg CEBLs nursing a 12-point lead with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, but as we've come to learn, no lead can be safe in this league. Winnipeg blew a 10-point lead last game against Scarborough on the road, so can't take anything for granted. New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys tonight by visiting CEBL.ca. Niagara starting off with the possession here out of the timeout, trying to chip into this lead. Kayo on Hildebrandt. And nice pass inside, but Davion Warren swats that. And out come the CEBLs. Balamu finds a corner on Kayo, but he slips. And that's going to be another foul on Kayo, but that's the same part of the floor where Davion Warren was tripped up earlier too.
Almost exactly in the same spot he went down. Very similar looking play, but on the other end, Niagara went to that horn set high, ran the back cut. Warren fell asleep, then made a great recovery, came from behind, blocks a shot, and we go the other way in transition. And Balamo's got an opportunity, but gets in the end the foul, and the CEBLs will maintain possession.
So Kayo picking up his second foul. It's a possession foul, so McGowan's going to be inbounding it at the baseline. Out to Hildebrandt, plenty of time on the shot clock. McGowan's takes the screen, no roll. Allen now gets it inside to Hildebrandt, brings it down, goes back up. Another two for Simon Hildebrandt.
Nice delivery, but a great catch on the inside. I mean, he had a height advantage, but went up and got that one with a man right on him. That was a nice play by Simon Hildebrandt.
So it says he only has 5 points. I thought he had more than that.
I think he's got 7.
And here's a nice take, and that's Nathan Kayo. Check that. Keontae Kennedy. McGowan's working on Carey. Has it knocked briefly, draws the foul, can't get the basket to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. So Carey picking up a foul here for Niagara.
And again, the fans got to be loving this tempo. We see a replay here, and there's an opportunity. McGowan's on the drive in, and we've talked about it before. Carey swats down hard. Anytime you take a big swing like that, referees are going to, more than likely, call a foul, put a guy on the line. Obviously, there was contact there.
Yeah.
But you take that big swipe, it's tough.
Well, especially when you're out of position, right? Like, if you find yourself in a position, you might get away with it, but, when it looks desperate, odds are you're going to draw a whistle.
I mean, part of the thing for Carey, too, I mean, we don't know. He's trying to work himself back into things, right? Trying to figure things out on both ends of the floor. We know for sure that he can play.
So with that last shot, McGowan's puts it in. It's 42-28, Winnipeg leading it. And Niagara having a little bit of struggles here in the second quarter, securing the ball in the offensive end. Here's Long, caught in the corner, working on Allen, steps back, puts up a 3. That one's flat. And Davion Warren has a rebound. He's going to run down the middle. Hesitates. Spin on Long, trying to find any space. Finally does, draws the foul. Little putting on some moves on the dance floor in the key there on Long.
Yeah, he was in there for a while and spun back a couple times, and in the end, just too much along one-on-one. Just tough to guard a guy, and he spins back, he steps back under. Might have been in there for a while, but yeah, grab on the shoulder, there's no question. And Warren will go to the line to shoot a pair.
But I don't know how many more moves are left in the tool bag after that one.
Well, he did at least 3 pivots. And in the end, spun back and just got Long out of position. He had he had a free, move to the rim. He had no choice. He had to foul him there.
So he's rewarded. Doesn't get the basket, but he hits the first foul shot. And he's perfect from the line on that trip. 44-28, Winnipeg leads.
Really nice release. He's got a nice looking shot.
Here's Carey Jr. runs into trouble, and it's Davion Warren knocking down that pass. It goes out of bounds. Niagara will retain the possession as Nate Balamu checks in. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Tegan Rasha. Tegan.
Joey, I was listening in to Niagara's timeout conversation, and head coach Kimball McKenney was telling the guys they need to focus on Teddy. As we know, he has a lot of points right now, and he is definitely a threat to the River Lions. He also told the guys to be patient and move the ball in an offensive way to get open or drive to the net.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Keontae Kennedy hits a three, the Austin, Texas native. Here's Warren, finds space, puts it up, and has it knocked away. Looks like there was a block there from Chuente, and going to be a jump ball here as Carey Jr. and
I think they're going to call it off Winnipeg, so I think it's going to say off Warren, and it'll be River Lions ball. You can see on the dive there.
Yeah, there it is on the replay. A little out of our sight lines. You got good sight lines here.
You know, I've watched a few games in my life.
Just a few. And now there's going to be a foul here against Nate Balamu very quickly. A little too aggressive there was Balamu.
But again, it's the pressure that Winnipeg's putting on. They're really stepping up. They're not giving Niagara any space to play right now, and their defense has really affected the way that the River Lions have played.
Balamu guarding him real tight. That's what he's known for, is coming up and turning up the intensity defensively. Kennedy, no one to pass to. It's knocked out of bounds, last touch by Warren, but he was caught in a trap there.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the intensity, the effort that Winnipeg's putting in. This one's Teddy Allen moving his feet and gives him nothing. And with that extra size, and actually knocked the ball out of his hands before he could make a good pass.
Here's a move inside from Chuente, a.k.a. Phil Jordan.
Nice play there by Phil Jordan against Akot, who's a pretty good defender with some great length and athleticism. But he just muscled him on the inside and finished, a soft shot off the glass.
So Niagara pulling to within 11. It's still a double-digit lead here for the Sea Bears. Allen working with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Puts it up. No good. Carey Jr. going to get the rebound. Carey Jr. gets on his horse. Balamu right there with him. Can't get away from him. 13 and white is sticking on him. Now he gets the switch on Warren. 12 on the shot clock. Finds some space down the middle. Skips it out. Last touch by Balamu. Good job there to deflect that pass.
And again, you see Winnipeg willing to switch anything right now. I think they're switching 1 to 5. Something a little bit different with Lafile on the bench. They're not really concerned. So they've got all their defenders engaged defensively, trying to stop the ball.
Niagara trying to pull this to within single digits. Here's a pull-up shot off the glass. Keontae Kennedy coming alive here in the second quarter, and he's letting Emmanuel Akot know about it.
He's a good scorer. He can really shoot the ball. He's a pretty good athlete. That was I don't think he wanted to bank that one in, but it went, and he'll take it, so there's no problem there.
Yeah, Mike Rainbow calling the timeout here, and 2 rookie head coaches going head-to-head here. Dave Crook, Kimball McKenzie in his second game as head coach of the Niagara River Lions. They lost 91-85 in their opener in Ottawa. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip that has them bouncing around all over the country. And he's come in here as the former captain of the Niagara River Lions. Last game he ever played was right here in this building for the championship, which he won, and he ended his career as a 2-time back-to-back CEBL champion. Had a chance to talk with him today, and he said, I asked him, what's the difference when you go from player to coach? And he said, honestly, it's not that much different, right? He's like, he was taking a bit of a coaching role as a player last year, as he was winding down, helping Vic Razzo, who still is around as an advisor. But I asked him, though, do you miss playing? And he said, a bit, but I'm enjoying the coaching. And I asked him, are you getting physical yet? In practice, do you still want to get in there and show the guys what you can do? He's like, no, I'm enjoying that part. I'm enjoying that part of just coaching. But he said he's really enjoying this process. But another thing, too, is they're still waiting on some players. Khalil Ahmad not here. Obviously, the big name from the River Lions, the Lion King, as he's known around the league. One of their all-time players, not one of. He's a franchise player for Niagara. And he said that's one of the natural parts of the CEBL. Players coming in late, leaving early. But he said as a player, that might be a benefit. It's so fresh off his playing careers, he understands the mindset when you come in. And he said that's something he can help guys with as they're integrating back into a new team with very little practice time. Allen working inside, pulls up from the foul line, doesn't get that to fall, and goes out of bounds, so that will be Niagara basketball. So Teddy didn't have the touch on that one.
Tough movie. Teddy was Allen pressing a little bit right there, just trying to make something happen.
Coming up at the half, top 5 dunks from the past week of CEBL action. Tegan will interview head coach Kimball McKenzie. We were just talking about him from the River Lions. We'll break down the stats from the first half and revisit Dave's players to watch. So you'll want to stick around for our halftime show. Kennedy working on Allen. And here comes Davion Warren hedging out. Now Warren on him. Ball be moved around well beyond the arc. Now Carey finds some space, gets Allen on skates and drops the 3.
He could really dance with the ball there. What a nice player. That was a great move. Got Teddy off balance, created some space. He hit a little step back 3.
And now we are within single digits as Warren floats up another 2 points. An 8-point ball game. Winnipeg leads. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Balamu not giving Carey any room. And a little too aggressive on that one again. He'll grab another foul. That'll be his second on tonight.
You know, we haven't seen Tillman much, and I wonder if that he's still not totally healthy, because he had a real impact on the game early, but we haven't seen him, I don't think, here in the second quarter. Winnipeg playing a lot smaller.
Well, Krause and Cheney coming out now for Warren and Balamu.
And it's interesting because Niagara's going to answer with Lafile and see what Winnipeg does here, whether they're going to try to match or whether they'll stay with this little smaller lineup with Simon Hildebrandt playing at the 5.
So Niagara slowly chipping away at this lead. Chance to bring it to within 6 here. Hildebrandt and Allen, the biggest guys on the floor for Winnipeg. That shot is missed. Here comes Trey McGowan's on the run right down Main Street and lays that in for 2.
Soft touch goes right down the middle. No one really stepped in his path. He had an easy run to the rim.
McGowan's guarding Carey Jr. there. The pass going inside. Kennedy trying to take advantage of the smaller lineup. Goes up over Krause, but can't get it to fall. And that will go out of bounds. And it is Winnipeg basketball as Elijah Lafile and Warrens check back into the game for the River Lions.
I'm shocked that Winnipeg didn't try to match. They saw Lafile at the bench. I know they saw the coaching staff talking about it, but in the end, they decided to stay a little small against this little bigger lineup from Niagara.
Tillman Jr. at the end of the bench. Looks like he's doing fine there as he's talking with his teammates. McGowan's working it around to his former Nebraska teammate, Teddy Allen, who puts up a 3. No good. Carey Jr. going to slow it down just a little bit. Tries to get a pass inside. Another River Lions turnover, and here comes Allen on the run. Puts it up, no good, but draws the foul. That one, I believe, is going to go against Carey Jr.
Yeah, Teddy Allen really sold that one there. Just attacked hard again, going downhill to the rim. Carey Jr. really in a bad body position. We'll see it here on the replay. And Teddy's equal with him and just takes in, leans, draws the contact. And smart play there by a veteran. Get himself an opportunity to go to the line and knock down a pair.
And I think that's what makes Teddy Allen such a difficult guard, right? Because as you said, it's not that he's blowing by with speed. It's just that he can pull up at any part of the floor, and his scoring game is so complete that you can't take anything for granted. You're almost running, 2 gears higher just to keep up with what he might do.
And you never know what he's going to do. And like you're saying, he's creative. He crosses over, he stops, he pops. And the other thing he's got the ability to do, like he did right there, is he initiates the contact, puts a defender in an awkward position and draws the foul and goes to the line.
Chiqueño back on the floor here for the River Lions with the ball now. Teddy Allen right up on him as well. Krause on Kennedy now has to pick up his dribble, finds Warrens in the corner. Working on Cheney. Cheney, good job to keep him in front of him. Lafile on Hildebrandt, has the size advantage, kicks it back out. Here's the 3, no good. Rebound up for grabs, goes out of bounds, last touched by Teddy Allen.
With Krause and Cheney on the floor, might be one of the small. Teddy Allen's playing the 4 spot. This might be one of the smallest lineups you're ever going to see in the CEBL this year.
And the Sears with an 11-point lead. And here's Mason Krause with the steal, but he can't save it from going out of bounds. Mason Krause, another player known for his defense, bothered Mike Rainbow a lot when he was with the Manitoba Bisons, and Mike Rainbow, also the head coach of the University of Winnipeg. So these were rivals, coaches and players, but loves to have him on his team now. Kraus, the all-time leader in steals for the Manitoba Bisons. Here's Lufile now right into Simon Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt with great hands to knock it away, and burns just enough time to get the shot clock off. It's a shot clock violation against Niagara. Good defense there by the young man.
Winnipeg continues to swarm. They're just swarming the ball. And you can see it here. There's 1, 2, 3, all of them coming in, ball reaching in. They're just making it that second effort on the defensive side.
Simon Hildebrandt, back after a summer away from the Sea-Bears, played 2 years in the NCAA with High Point University in Washington State. And one thing, he's come back much stronger, and that was on display right there because he's going toe-to-toe with Elijah Lufile, and that's something that 2 years ago you wouldn't have seen that kind of a fight from 15 and white.
And I'm amazed that he could do that. I mean, Lufile really is a big man, did a good job, but Simon hung in, and he's done a great job all night.
One of the things that both Rainbow and Hildebrandt said was his inside game has improved because of the physicality, and he can't get it to fall on that one, missing the dunk. And here's numbers for Niagara. Lufile goes up, but he can't get that to fall. Two guys thinking dunks, and nothing happens. Here's Teddy Allen in the corner. Skip pass to Cheney. Cheney going to pull up for three. Boom!
Cheney has just shot the ball so well. The last couple weeks, it's unbelievable. Something he didn't show early in the year, but boy, oh boy, right now, that's something that the Sea-Bears can count on. Look at this replay, ball over the top. Teddy, cross-court pass, and Cheney knocks down the three at the buzzer. Huge for the Sea-Bears.
So Cheney beats the buzzer with a beautiful three to put the Sea-Bears up 53-39 going into the break. Stay with us. We have plenty coming up here on our halftime show. Oh, actually, before we get to our break here, we're going to have our interview. We have Tegan Rasha standing by with Simon Hildebrandt. Tegan.
Simon, a strong start for you and the team. What did you guys do so well in the first half?
I think we're pushing in transition and sharing the ball. That's really helped us so far.
Niagara keeps chipping away at the lead, but you've managed to keep it for most of the game. What do you have to do in the second half?
We got to rebound. We've given up way too many offensive rebounds. Clean that up, I think we'll be all right.
All right, thanks and good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thank you so much, Tegan. Simon Hildebrandt, 7 points and 4 rebounds in the first half, and he's a big reason why the Sea-Bears lead 53-39. Stay with us, plenty to come up on this halftime. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gems, CBC Sports, CEBL, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Stay with us.
Jones was right at danger. Good help by the Stingers big, and now Teal 1-on-3, left hand will go, followed by Mike Nuga.
He got up that ladder in a hurry, Doug.
And that's what Nuga brings. We said it earlier. He brings that spark, and it's at both ends. He's not going to be the most prolific scorer for you, but he's going to bring.
Working on Mane, takes the screen from Tillman, dumps it off to him, and Tillman Jr. with a two-hand slam.
What a smart play there by Walker. Tillman makes the block at one end, runs the floor. Walker gets him the ball, easy two-hand flush on the inside.
And the Sea-Bears lead 31-25. Saskatoon look.
Harding comes up short, thought he was fouled, but won't get the whistle there. House. Samuel slips inside and hammers it down.
I'd rather see him look like he shoots the ball better catching it than he does off the dribble.
Here's Fudge. Got Odro to bite. Fudge down the lane, dropping the hammer.
Yeah, Fudge used a nice ball fake there.
Alex Fudge with the tomahawk jam. Silence the crowd, Moncrief. Speaking of which, Williams with the disruption, but Jones sticks with it. And Tevian Jones with an emphatic flush. Pushing the lead to 18. Sorry, Eric.
That's all right. Tev is just a great athlete, and he is long. Some of the longest arms in the league to go.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second, seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped, but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now you might have questions like,
Do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
Gotta love a Canadian hoops.
Two hands. Oh, what a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. It is halftime. The Winnipeg CEBLs leading 53-39 in what has been a very fast-paced game for the most part here in the first half. I'm Joey Slattery. Alongside me is our color analyst, Dave Crook. And taking a look at the scoring here, pretty even in terms of, the distribution. 11 points for Teddy Allen, leading all scorers. Donald Carey Jr. has 10 for the Niagara River Lions. But you take a look at some of the other areas, Dave. No lead yet for Niagara. Biggest lead of the game has been 16 for Winnipeg. Points in the paint, though. Winnipeg has 20 points in the paint to Niagara's 10, despite the fact that Niagara is out-rebounding them with 23 rebounds to 17.
Yeah, I mean, Niagara's really battled on the glass, and they've created some second chances. They're just not capitalizing the way they have to. And I think the other thing, they haven't done a great job defensively in transition. They've just allowed Winnipeg to push the ball down the floor and get to the rim almost at will.
And taking a look at the stats, as you can see, Winnipeg doing great from the field, 54%. That's where Niagara is struggling, 35%. 3 points percentage, 53% for the Winnipeg CEBLs. They've been really hot from the three-point line, and they're doing well at the free throw line as well. 9 for 10, 11 assists to Niagara's 3. You talked about the ball movement. Both teams were doing it well at first, but that's an area where Niagara really has to capitalize and zero in on improving when it comes to taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, the turnovers have really hurt Niagara, and partly I think that's Winnipeg's defensive pressure, and partly just a little bit of sloppy and a little miscommunication. 8
turnovers for Niagara, only 3 for Winnipeg. We can take a look now at some of the highlights of that first half to see how it all went down. And yeah, Tillman Jr. was active to begin the game. We haven't seen him a lot as the game went on, so we'll have to keep an eye on that to see if he gets a little more playing time. But here's Nathan Kayos had some big shots as well. That's when the ball was flying here and going back and forth, some physical play down low. We talked about Simon Hildebrand taking that charge. He's played very physical, and that's about the last thing we saw from Tillman Jr. before Teddy Allen started going off here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Tillman knocked down that 3. I think he's got 8 points. I think he had a very productive I mean, basically quarter, because that's all he played. We didn't really see him in the second quarter. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes out and whether he's going to start here, you know, in the second half, because, you know, we know the other night he only played 6 minutes, and yes, it was partly foul trouble, but I think he had a little bit of a bug, and maybe that's, you know, acted up again today, and he's just not his normal self.
Yeah, so Tillman Jr., 8 points in less than 7 minutes of playing time.
Right.
So when he is on the floor, he's efficient, and you know, but he's an important piece to this puzzle, and that was a downfall for the CBears. You know, Mike Rainbow saying that particularly when you don't have him on the floor, when you need rebounds, it makes your job a lot tough. That's what he's in here for, right? So hopefully he'll be able to come back in the second half.
He's a presence defensively. You know, he plays a little differently. I mean, they can switch more. They can do some things when he's not on the floor. I mean, even with Simon out there, they're switching 1 to 5. Certainly with Acott, when Acott plays, you know, in that big man role. But they need Tillman. I think he's an anchor. You know, he's unselfish. I think he's a pretty good passer of the ball. He can score when he has it, but he's a rim presence, and he can really rebound, and that's what they need.
Yep, well, they're doing all right now with the limited time that he has playing, but let's revisit your players to watch of this game. You've highlighted a couple players on each team here as the lights come back on inside Canada Life Center, but you had Donald Carey Jr. We'll start with him because he's played a lot more. From Donald Carey, what have you liked from him so far, and what were you expecting?
I mean, I was expecting this exactly. I was expecting him to, you know, to be the guy who gets them going, to be the engine of their offense. One of the things, I thought he would create a little bit more, but I think part of that is because he's so new to this group that he's just not totally in sync yet, but he's certainly a threat to score when he has it. And like we said about Tillman, Tillman's just, he's a factor, but he has to be on the floor to be that factor.
And those numbers aren't strange. 75% from the field for Tillman Jr., 8 points, an assist, and a rebound in less than 7 minutes of playing time in the first half. Plenty more coming up. Stay with us here on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube page, CEBL YouTube page, and CEBL Plus. You're watching CEBL Basketball Live.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey. Limitless possibilities.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now you might have questions like,
Do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian boost. CA.
Welcome back. Halftime almost concluded here inside Canada Life Center. CBears leading 53-39. Our sideline reporter Tegan Rasha, I believe, is with head coach Kimball McKenzie. Get the marbles out of my mouth. We'll get to that in just a second here as the teams wind down. But looking at the players warming up here, Dave, it's pretty comfy here for the Winnipeg CEBLs coming out at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, they played nice basketball in the first half. They pushed the ball, they moved the ball, they did all the things that they need to do to be successful. But, on the other side, I think, Niagara has to do a much better job defensively in transition. I mean, to me, if they're going to continue to play the way they have, getting back on defense, giving Winnipeg way too many easy opportunities, that's going to be a problem for them.
All right, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Tegan Rasha, who's standing by with Niagara River Lions head coach Kimball McKenzie. Tegan.
Coach, we saw your team come out with a lot of fight in that first half. How would you describe how the first half of the game went?
Yeah, just not getting enough stops. They're shooting 53% from the field. We just need to play better defense and get some stops.
Down by 14, but still half the game to go. What are the keys for the second half?
Yeah, plenty of time. Stick to our fundamentals, be patient on offense, and get some stops.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Tegan. You heard it from the man himself. Get some stops. That has been an issue. Winnipeg getting out in transition. Done a great job in the paint. They have 13 fast break points. You talked about the transition game being important for both teams here. No fast break points for Niagara in that first half. So not only do they need the stops, they got to turn that into some points the other way.
Yeah, I mean, they've really pushed the tempo, and they've stretched Winnipeg at times, but like I said, they haven't knocked anything down. One of the things is they're playing wide instead of playing narrow. Winnipeg playing rim to rim.
And just another Friday night here in Winnipeg as we have Teal Lady joining us here. That is some dedication to that, and she has no idea she's on camera. But this is just a typical Friday night in Winnipeg, Dave. Didn't have enough teal paint myself just to fit in. We might be sticking out here, but love to see the passion as we see fans all around. Plenty of young fans, plenty of teal all around. That's whose home barn you're in, as we use a hockey term, when you come into Canada Life Center. It's been incredible to see the support.
You look across, what we're looking at right now, and it's rare to see someone who isn't sporting some sort of CEBLs, whether it's a hat, a shirt, a jersey. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great to see. Winnipeg is a strong sports, just in general, just a strong sports city in Winnipeg. CEBLs are no different here as we're about to get underway. It's going to be the Winnipeg CEBLs, I believe, starting with the basketball. Taking a look at who's on the floor here. You've got Cameron Warrens, Keontae Kennedy, Elijah Lufile, Nathan Cayo, and Chuqueño for Niagara. Starting for the CEBLs, Emmanuel Acott, Trey McGowan's, Jeremiah Tillman Jr. back on the floor, Teddy Allen and Simon Hildebrandt. We are underway in the second half. Winnipeg starting with the first possession. It's Emmanuel Acott at the wing. Skip pass, light, bounces out of bounds, not touched by anyone, so a quick turnover here for the CEBLs.
A little miscommunication there. Acott looking for Tillman. Tillman made a back cut at the same moment when the ball was released. Teddy Allen couldn't run it down.
So some work to do for Niagara, down 14. Shot goes up, no good. And Winnipeg will come out the other way. They got a stop in the form of a turnover the first way down. Can they replicate it? It's going to be a foul against Trey McGowan's, who gets the shot to fall. A chance at the extra point coming up. And that foul going to go against, I believe that is, Blondo Chuqueño.
Yeah, McGowan's just pushing him down, backing down. Finally gets a little spin move, draws some contact, falls to the floor, and the little members roll there. The ball falls, and he's got an opportunity for the three-point play.
Chuqueño is first foul of the night, and first foul of the quarter for this River Lions, CEBLs have a basket there. He gets the extra point. That's Trey McGowan's. 56-39 is your score. So the hole getting deeper here for the River Lions. Lufile hands it off to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Lufile. Rough skip over to the corner. 8 on the shot clock. Cayo steps back. 3, no good. Teddy Allen with the rebound. Winnipeg slowing down the pace here. They've got a pad to work with. Allen takes some contact, then leaves it off for Trey McGowan's, and he's asking for a foul from the referee. McGowan's takes the screen from Tillman Jr., tries to feed it back, but it's intercepted by Lufile, who gives it right back to Allen for 3, and no good. So a little bit of sloppy play on both sides there in the short term. Kayo takes a drive. Off to Lafile, hands it off, sets a screen. Now it's over to Warren's wide open three. No good. And Emmanuel Aycott going to secure that.
Niagara's been a little more physical defensively the last couple times down after Coach McKenzie probably gave him a little talking to at halftime.
Allen steps back, has to get the ball off to Emmanuel Aycott. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Aycott works it back to Allen. Long three. No good, and the rebound tracked by Hildebrand. Here's McGowan's for a shot. No, hands it off to Hildebrand. No good, and another rebound for Tillman Jr. this time. Tillman Jr. doesn't miss often, but he misses too, but draws the foul on the way up.
Winnipeg doing a great job on the offensive glass, just attacking there. That's just energy and effort. But I'll tell you something, 17 down, that's a long way back for Niagara. And yeah, we know they can score, but they're going to have to start making stops. They got some stops there, but they don't get possession. In the end, Winnipeg gets fouled. Tillman goes to the line to shoot 2. This game could stretch to almost 20, and I'll tell you, that's not the recipe that Niagara needs and that Coach McKenzie preached at halftime.
Niagara has not held a lead at any point this game, though they do have the longest scoring run at 10. So they've shown flashes of being able to string some runs together, but they got to get the stops as well, and that's what you heard Kimball McKenzie talk about with our sideline reporter Tegan Rasha just before the half started. But this is something that head coach Mike Rainbow for the CBears wanted to see from his team, right? Is that physicality and going after the boards. That's where they were kind of dominated by a very strong Scarborough Shooting Stars team. The size not there like it was with the Shooting Stars, but it's still a matter of it doesn't matter who you're playing, you have to play your style and establish that physicality.
Yeah, there's no question, and that's one of the things that Mike's going to want them to do, to play tough defense and rebound.
And there it's going to be a foul against Jeremiah Tillman Jr. So Tillman Jr. picking up his 3rd foul of tonight's game.
He won't be happy with that. He's really thought that he got this ball clean on the inside.
And he's going to stay in the game. Might have been a quick change, actually. I believe it's only 2 fouls on him. Here's Kennedy for 3. And just short. Almost looked like a hit from here. It was a perfect line. A good miss, as my old basketball coach would say, but still a miss. Tillman Jr. far outside from the post, trying to work his way in on Kayo. Now he draws a double team. Skipped out to Hildebrand, to McGowan's. McGowan's for 3. Cans it.
And that's another assist. That's that ball movement. Winnipeg gets the ball to that second side of the floor, playing Niagara forced to play closeout basketball and just an open three-pointer.
And they're a little slow on that rotation, Niagara, too, once that double team's intact, right? So it's buying just enough time for the CBears shooters to get their shot off. Here's a floater put up from Hollis. 2 points there for Niagara, much needed.
But trading 2 for 3 is not the recipe.
No, they are down 19. Check that. They are down 21, and a chance to build a 22-point lead here for Teddy Allen.
You see Teddy here, just drives strong, and again, same thing. We saw that swoop down, and Teddy's going to get the opportunity for the 3-point play.
This Western Conference game is presented by Cal Tire, as Nate Balamu comes back into the game, as does Davion Warren in for Emmanuel Aycott and Jeremiah Tillman Jr.
Yeah, and you could see some frustration on his face as he's walking off the floor. You know, he's just not getting the minutes that he wants, I think, and part of that's his own problem because he commits those fouls.
And they do want him at target score time as Teddy Allen with another N1.
And again, hustle play, offensive rebound. Balamu picks it up. Teddy Allen makes a great cut. Unselfish pass. Allen draws the contact and finish. We'll see the play there. Balamu tracks down the rebound. Back cut, Teddy Allen. Niagara slow to react, and there's a foul. Teddy Allen goes to the line to shoot.
And this is what the CBears expect from Nate Balamu. Comes as advertised.
And not what Niagara expects from their rotation right now.
No.
They just look flat-footed, and their energy is just not at the level. They're not matching Winnipeg, and if this is the way they're going to play, this one could get ugly.
Well, it's getting out of hand here fast. A 24-point lead for the CBears. Niagara really have to start getting to work again. Target score time rather, comes in at after the 4-minute mark in the 4th quarter, so there's time. But you want to chip away at this to make that a small lead as possible as Davion Warren smacks that away, but it's going to be a foul.
I think the foul's going to be in the inside and Hildebrandt.
Yeah.
With a hand in on the shot. Warren comes across, makes the block. But we're going to see there, same thing. Yes. Hildebrandt in on the body with those hands early, lots of contact. I think they're going to put Lafili on the line for 2. But that's a tough matchup, for Simon Hildebrandt. Even though he is bigger and stronger, on his return from Washington State. But Lafili is just, he's a
premier big man in this league.
He is, he's unbelievable. Right? Down on the block, very tough, long arms, a lot of strength.
And the thing is, credit to Simon Hildebrandt for playing him as hard as he has. I mean, Lufile's earning everything. But at the end of the day, you have to accept that Lufile is going to get his points and get his touches.
He's going to do that against anybody.
Exactly. So he gets those to fall. 65-43 is your score. Full court press here from Carey on Armani Chaney, who's going to walk the ball up here for Winnipeg. Takes the screen from Hildebrandt. Back to Simon. Teddy fakes the shot. Goes inside, looking for another one. Friendly bounce for buckets.
And there it is. And they're so worried about Teddy getting a shot. They make that closeout. They're off balance. He goes right by them and just glides to the rim. Finishes off the glass with the right hand.
Intensity staying high on defense for the Sea Bears here, but it's a 3-point shot for Jordan Chuente, also going by Phil Jordan. Something I'm not going to get used to this broadcast. Teddy Allen working in the high post. Chaney steps back. Now it's Warren with it. 10 on the shot clock. Warren taking it inside. Spin move, has the ball swatted, gets the shot off, but misses. And it's Hollis securing the rebound, getting it out to Carey. To Chuente. And he has the ball knocked away, out of bounds. Referee says last touch by Winnipeg. It will remain River Lions basketball.
It's interesting to see the River Lions again. They push in transition, but what do they come up with? They come up empty-handed. I mean, they're going to get an end out. They've got the ball, but they're making half plays. They're not making full plays, and they've got to find a way to make a full play if they want to win this game.
Here's Carey for 3, no good, and that rebound is secured by Acott. Winnipeg moving it fast. Balamu just have to track it down and reset on offense. Acott wasting no time spotting up, and he clanks that. Niagara on the run. Lufile down the wing. Keeps the dribble alive. His pass knocked away and intercepted. Teddy Allen on the break. Here's Teddy. Can't handle the ball. Able to track it down and gets another layup. Teddy Allen finding his touch.
That's elite level eye-hand coordination. I mean, the ball got knocked away. It was loose. It was on the floor, and he found a way to pick it up and finish.
Long takes it all the way and gets a layup in. Teddy Allen trying to draw the foul at half. Here's Chaney now. Has some space, puts it upstairs. Acott takes it down, goes back up, and he's just going to lay it in nicely.
Niagara just doesn't seem to have any answers defensively against the Sea Bear attack right now.
And it might be a product of this just being their second game too, right? I mean, that's a big of a difference too. Winnipeg has a few more under their belt. Here's Allen on the break, and he's swatted, so he'll go to the line for 2. That is Jordan Chuente, a.k.a. Phil Jordan, taking it. Catch all of the exciting basketball from here at Canada Life Center in downtown Winnipeg as part of Sea Bears Summer. Pick up your tickets by visiting seabears.ca/tickets or scan the QR code that is just popped up on your screen. Timeout, Niagara River Lions. We'll be right back. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, and CEBL YouTube pages, as well as CEBL Plus.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now you might have questions like,
do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun, or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte. instant hydration.
Winnipeg CEBLs leading 71-48, starting to run away with this one in the third quarter inside Canada Life Centre. Second home game of the season here for the Winnipeg CEBLs. More than 6,000 people in attendance for this one. There's Dancing Gabe, local legend. Don't go to a sporting event here in Winnipeg without seeing Dancing Gabe. Love having him here. Secure your seats today for numerous theme games throughout the season as the River Lions look for the three-peat. Tickets available at riverlions.ca/tickets. Teddy Allen at the line coming out of the timeout. He's really picked up here as the game has gone on. He's got 20 points. Make that 21 here as we are just past the halfway point of the third quarter. 4:16 left.
You know, and I think right now for Niagara, the other thing that's really happening is Winnipeg is just playing hard. I mean, they've played a lot of people. Teddy Allen's the only player on the CEBLs who's played 20 minutes. Most of the guys are logging in 15, 16 minutes, and they're just throwing bodies at them, and they're just raised the tempo so much.
Yeah, and that's, you know, one of the things, too. It's a luxury when you build a lead like this. You can preserve energy and get looks at guys you might not have the trust in yet, right? Good chance for guys to build that trust with the coaching staff as that goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Winnipeg basketball. Tegan Rasha was in on the timeout. Tegan, what do you got for us?
Joey, I was listening to Coach McKenzie, and he was calm, cool, and collected despite his team being down by more than 20 points at that timeout. The focus now is on the defensive game and keeping the guys in front.
Thank you, Tegan. Yeah, and if there's anybody who knows that championships are not won in May, it's Kibble McKenzie, who's won the last two with these River Lions, trying to win his first as a coach here. But not a great game, but it is only the second game of the season, and you learn a lot from your team in these types of situations as Chuente gets that to fall and will go to the line.
Nice play there by Chuente. Took his time, balanced, got a little head fake, got the CEBLs up in the air, draws the contact and finishes. We'll see the opportunity there. Nice play, even with Akot coming from behind trying to block it. Balamu commits a foul early, and Chuente finishes.
Well, that's one of the things Winnipeg has been doing really well here today is just clogging the paint, right? Like any time they get inside, they've got the help and they're able to get that support. So Niagara has 51 points and they've had to earn every single one of them.
But it's also been ball pressure. Winnipeg has just made their life miserable, 90 feet on the 90-foot basketball court.
That became a favorite quote of former Calgary head coach Caleb Canales last year, who worked with our play-by-play at the CEBL, Mitch Peacock, who does a lot of hockey. And he kept talking about the 200-foot game, so he used that to his arsenal, the 90-foot game. He loved that term and how to use the feet to describe the type of style that you want to play. Learned a little Canadian culture in his time here. Now he's out at Weber State as the head coach out there. He was a finalist against these very River Lions, who won the championship inside Canada Life Centre last year. Second team in history to repeat as champions after the Edmonton Stingers. And then you throw Elijah Lufile in there. We talked about him as a premier big man. While he won with Scarborough the year before he signed with Niagara. And he played with his brother Chadrak last year too.
That's right.
I don't know what the record is. I don't know how many brothers have won championships in the CEBL, but I'm sure it's a very exclusive club. When I asked him about it, he said, I'm like, how many people do you know that have won championships with their brother? And he's like, the Ananum Kupos, like pretty good company to keep yourself with. Elijah and Giannis, look out for the sitcom coming soon. CEBLs looking to pick back up where they left off. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Cheney has it, 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's getting some pressure from Vraken. Skip pass to the corner, Akon for three, no good. And going to be a foul here on Simon Hildebrandt on the loose ball.
Yeah, fighting for the ball. They're fighting for the offensive glass, but it's effort. I mean, Coach Rainbow's not going to be unhappy with that. He might be unhappy with the call, but he's not going to be unhappy with the effort he's seeing from Hildebrandt tonight. Simon's really put a lot of, put himself out there.
Totally. He's got 7 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and a couple of fouls to go with it. And this is something you can live with if you're a head coach. And Dave Cook, you were a head coach for a long time. And you know what it's like when, especially in games like this, push it, see what you can get away with, where your limitations are.
And he's battled defensively, which hasn't always been his reputation.
Yes.
Right? And he's done a really good job there. There's been times when teams have attacked him.
Yep.
Right? Because he doesn't really have the great lateral quickness. But right now, he's hanging in. He's done a great job defensively. It's also great to see Tillman come back into the game for the CEBLs. So hopefully it was just, a minor issue because he looks good right now.
Yeah, and hey, like at the end of the day, When you're talking about roster management over a, not a long season, but it's quick, right? These games come along quick. There's a big road trip coming up for the CEBLs, a 4-game road trip, season long. You can preserve guys when you have a lead, preserve them. It's that balance of keeping them in rhythm, but not, putting them at risk of fatigue or injury. Carey Jr. steps back for 3. No good. And the ball bounces around. Skipped out now to Hollis, who dances into the paint and lays in 2.
Nice finish over the top, tough over top Hildebrandt. But again, you saw the effort, the closeout from McGovern's, Hildebrandt stepping up. But that's what Niagara needs. They got to stop last time, they got to finish, and they just got to put a little run of those together if they want to get back into this game.
Allen with the drive, skips it out to Acott. Acott going to take his turn. Now he skips it back to Teddy. Teddy inside, 3 defenders, puts it off the glass, but it's a little strong. Out of bounds, Niagara basketball.
Yeah, again, another stop. So now they come down, they score again, get it to 14. They're giving themselves a chance. That's what they have to do. They want to try to get it to, if they can get it to single digits, up to 10 here going into the fourth quarter, that'll be positive. And that was Teddy just coming down, fishing for a foul a little bit, looking for contact, puts it up off the glass. Ball goes out of bounds, Niagara possession.
Mason Krause into the game now for Emmanuel Acott. A reminder, CBL doubleheader today. Vancouver Bandits have their home opener against the Edmonton Stingers. Carey Jr. puts in 3.
Just like that. There they are. They got it to 13.
You got to chip away, right? And that's the thing, is now you got to break the game into segments. So now you're just trying to get as close to that score, closer to target time, and keep your guys on the floor and not commit too many fouls here, as there's one drawn there.
And McGovern's goes down and forces it a little bit. He gets to the line. We'll see it here. He just goes one-on-one. But that's a problem right now for Winnipeg. They sort of got ahead. Things were easy. They got out of flow. They're not working. They weren't having to do a lot of work to score, right? Everything came so easy for them. Now they got to get back to that little discipline on the offensive end, to not let Niagara creep back into this one.
Warren and Acott going to come back into the game here for Winnipeg, and Elijah Lufile will be checking back in for Niagara here as McGowan's is at the line. And he builds back that 15-point lead, but as you said, 1:29 left in this third quarter. If you can get on a little run to close out the third, get a few stops in the fourth, it makes target score time a little bit more realistic, if you will, in terms of keeping optimistic. Maybe.
They just like to get it to single digits if they're getting into target score time. That would be huge for them.
And Teddy Allen thought he had a steal, but it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, he got a little bit of contact there with his arms coming across the body. I think we'll see it here on the replay. Change of pace, and Teddy just reaching a little bit off balance. Now he's behind, and when you're playing from behind like that, it's really, really difficult to make a play. A little bit too much contact.
And Braken gets the first one to fall. Niagara's been playing from behind this entire game. We had a couple of exciting games yesterday in the doubleheader of the CEBL. The Saskatchewan Mamba were stung by Scarborough. 19-0 run from the Scarborough Shooting Stars to win that game in target score time. Very similar in fashion to how they beat Winnipeg a couple of days earlier. Both were matinee games. And then Brampton followed that up in Ottawa with a classic. Ottawa battled all the way back, but Sean East II, who's an early MVP favorite candidate, closing it in target score time. Brampton looking dangerous in the East. There's a steal from Teddy Allen, gets it up to Davion Warren, and he'll lay in 2 points. Teddy Allen doing it all today. 22 points and at least 2 steals.
Yeah, nice transition there. Good pass by the Seabears. Little bit of a break. It looked like Carey got pushed, was off balance and threw the ball away. He was asking for a foul, didn't get it.
Well, I just got to stand corrected. There's 5 steals for Teddy Allen. He holds the record that he set this season in the first game with 6, and there's still plenty of time to play here in this game. 23 seconds in this quarter. That shot is an air ball from Braken, and he's going to hear it from 6,000 strong.
Braken can really shoot. He's an outstanding spot shooter. So I don't think that, the coach would be too unhappy that he took that shot. Probably unhappy with the result, but you want your best shooters to shoot the ball.
Jeremiah Tillman Jr. just came off the floor. And he kind of put his eyes up to the air like, really, again? Coming off? He loves to compete. I know it's not the playing time that he wants. Probably would. Everybody wants to play as much as they can, but going to sit this one out. 10 seconds left here in the quarter. Teddy Allen, shot clock turned off. Goes inside. 2 points and the foul. Teddy Allen, who now has 24 points, has a chance to make it 25. Just playing a typical Teddy game. We talked about that last game here at Canada Life Center. It's been the storyline. He had 30 points last game, but it's, those first halves have been slow. Not today. Today he's been pretty on all game.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent all the way through, and you saw him there on that drive. He just went down. He sort of bullied Hollis and just actually almost showed him the ball, and then just finished strong off the glass, for an old school three-point play. But, Teddy Allen, just he finds so many different ways to score. He's actually a really fun guy to commentate on. There's no question.
So 25 points for Teddy Allen, and he's going to take a quick break here in the last 6 seconds of the third quarter. Davion Warren coming in. Pardon me, that was Trey McGowan's. Here's Hollis. 1 second on the shot clock. Good if it goes. 2 points and the foul. Curtis Hollis. A shot of life here for Niagara at the buzzer.
It's exactly what they needed, and Coach Rainbow is not happy with his charges on that play. He's given them peace of his mind there. They just let the River Lions go length of the court and in 6 seconds, and they're going to have a chance again for another three-point play. Just keeping it a little bit tight. As the game gets stretched, every time Winnipeg stretches, Niagara seems to have a little bit of an answer, but they just can't get close enough yet.
0.3 on the clock. If he misses, which he does, and that is swatted away. He's asking for the goaltend, but that comes off the rim, and in the CEBL and FIBA rules, that is a live ball. So with that, Winnipeg takes a 16-point lead to the break, 80-64. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
It on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love the Canadian Goose. Two-hand sneak. Oh, what a block from behind.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
Welcome back to Canada Life Center. Time now for the cruise of the game presented by Cal Tire. And it's Trey McGowan's taking a run, splitting defenders and dropping it in. Trey McGowan's having himself a nice game, as are most of the Winnipeg CBears. Trey McGowan has 14 points in this one. Teddy Allen leading all scorers with 25. Donald Carey Jr. has 15 for Niagara. As the fourth quarter about to get underway here, Niagara going to start with it. But Winnipeg is led by as much as 25. They're up 16 here to begin the fourth quarter. Niagara going to want to chip away as much as they can before target score time. That'll kick in at the first stoppage after the 4-minute mark. That rebound is tracked down by McGowan's. Opening miss for the fourth quarter for the River Lions. Here's McGowan, skips it back to the corner. Balama gets it inside, but it's intercepted, and here come the River Lions with numbers. And it's Chuente going all by himself, but he's blocked by Teddy Allen. Allen with a long lead pass to Tillman Jr. inside. Gonna get skipped back out to McGowan's. He goes down with steam, but he can't get the shot to fall. It was blocked there by Curtis Hollis. Hollis working on Tillman Jr., drawing him right out to the three-point line. Over the top, no good, and Teddy Allen going to track it down. Allen goes right into his defender, puts up the circus shot, but it's going to be an offensive foul here against Allen. That'll be his third.
Yeah, you see Teddy here just trying to push the ball at tempo, a nice defensive, play, step in. Lawrence takes the charge. There's no question that Teddy hit him square in the chest, and it's going to be River Lion ball.
And our Tegan Rasha was in on that huddle. Tegan, what do you got for us?
Well, Joey, it was actually too loud to hear anything in that huddle, but I think that kind of describes what the CBears want to do. They want to have a community, and they have over 6,700 fans here tonight. And on a nice personal note, Coach Mike Rainbow's daughter is here with her team as well.
Oh, thank you very much, Tegan. Yeah, memorable night seeing Dad coach, and he's having a good time here for the most part, but knowing Mike Rainbow, it's possession by possession, and he's going to be happy with the effort there from Teddy Allen. Not happy with the call. Allen picking up now his third or fourth foul of the ball game. So Teddy's going to be taking a seat here, but not too bad with a 80-64 lead.
Yeah, just a little late there, contact on the shooter. I can tell you one thing, Coach Rainbow is not having a good time from experience.
And Dave Crook serves as an assistant coach for Mike Rainbow at the University of Winnipeg, and was the athletic director for many years. Hired Mike Rainbow at the University of Winnipeg, so a strong connection there. And no one knows like you, Dave Crook. To be fair, it's not often you see Mike Rainbow with a smile on the bench.
No, he's not. I mean, he loves basketball. He's actually smiling right now. He loves basketball, but he's not enjoying himself.
He'll enjoy himself when the game's over, but even then he's probably going straight to videotape, as you mentioned before. This man loves to coach. He was quoted earlier this week as saying, he was asked of whether a quick turnaround from that Scarborough loss helps. And he said, no, I would take 13, 14 practices if I could. You can never have too many practices, as Tillman Jr. puts in another two.
Yeah, nice move there by Tillman Jr. on a little step back, little spin move to the rim. But yeah, no, Coach Rainbow, I mean, the guy loves to coach, but I'll tell you something. He that loss at Scarborough will haunt him for the entire season.
And there's another turnover forced by Winnipeg. They'll come out the other way. Davion Warren mishandled it for a second. He's able to gather and get it to McGowan's. Skips it into the post. Here's Tillman Jr. And he goes over the top and he scores another two. He's got 13. Shooting that one over Twente. A.K.A. Phil Jordan.
His production in limited minutes has been very, very positive, and he's the guy the CBears need on the floor if they're going to win a lot of games this year.
Well, what we've learned from Tillman Jr., not only here, but during his entire career in the CEBL, you can use one word to describe him. It's efficiency.
Yes.
Right? He's efficient in the field. He's smart with his footwork. He takes smart shots, and he makes smart passes. Like, he makes the right play every time at both ends of the floor.
And he's unselfish, right? That's one of the things. Like I said, a lot of big guys, they need the ball if they're going to play on both ends. And he doesn't always need the ball. He's still going to put an effort in.
McGowan's takes the screen from Hildebrandt. Gets it back to Hildebrandt, who drives, loses the ball. And the referees are going to talk it over. Very quickly decided it will be Niagara basketball.
Winnipeg's still a little out of sorts on the offensive end. Their execution in the front court has not been perfect. Far from it.
18-point lead for the CBears. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Target score time comes in at the first stoppage after 4 minutes. Here's a drive and an unfriendly bounce. No good. That was Hollis. Going the other way, Davion Warren has the ball bounced around, and it's going to be a foul against Niagara. The basket will not count. Actually, this might be going against Warren.
No, I think it's going to be CBears ball. I think the foul is on Niagara River Lions, but what he's saying is it should be a shot that he was shooting the ball, but the contact was while he was still on the floor. There's no question referee's got that one correct.
Chicanio picking up that one, and fight for every inch. Looked on the replay like it was pretty clearly not a shot, but hey, if you can pull a fast one over the referee, it'd be the first one.
Players always think they're in the right. There's no question. It's just the nature of the game. They're not trying to cheat. They're not trying to break the rules. They're just doing what they think is right.
It is magic night here as Niagara steals the ball. They had a mentalist, I believe is the proper term, not magician at halftime. So, maybe thought I'd pull a little magic trick here. Do some Jedi tricks, get into the ref's head.
He's going to influence the referees.
You know what? Sorry, everybody. I'm going to go with what the player says.
Very rare that happens, Joey.
Armani Chaney on the floor now guarding Curtis Hollis very tightly. Good step in there from Jeremiah Tillman Jr. Ball worked around quickly by Niagara. Here's a drive. Tillman Jr. meets him there. Tough shot. Kayo couldn't get it to go, and it's out of bounds. It will be Winnipeg basketball. Nope, check that, Niagara basketball.
So how happy? That's what's going to make Coach Rainbow happy. Tillman comes, helps Chaney in the mismatch. Ball gets swung all the way across. He comes back to the other side and meets the driver at the rim to try to influence the shot defensively.
And controlled, straight up.
Yeah, no.
Right, not looking for the big block and trying to give the call to the ref. Here's Lefile on Tillman Jr. This has been a great matchup. Can't get that one to fall. Tillman Jr. going to secure the rebound. Winnipeg going to slow it down the other way.
But again, body swarming.
Aycott's three, no good. Chiquinho to Kayo. Kayo for three, and he cans that with 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Wide open there as Aycott stepped in to try to double team on the ball. Ball got swung, no recovery, and a flat foot open shot. Guys at this level are going to knock it down more than half the time.
Chaney working the ball around to Krause for three. Clanks that. Rebound up for grabs. It's loose, and Emmanuel Aycott going to gather it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chaney going to let things settle and get reset here with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. 3 on the shot clock. Chaney on Lefile, gets him on ice, puts up the 3, and he cans it.
He's been so automatic. It's unbelievable. That was a great shot in a pressure situation because Winnipeg isn't really executing right now on the offensive end at all.
Armani Chaney is 3 for 4 from the three-point line. He's got 12 points tonight, 1 rebound and 3 assists to go with it. A great game from Chaney, and another turnover forced by the Sea Bears, and a foul drawn here against Curtis Hollis, who is not happy with that.
Yeah, I think Aycott did a good job defensively, knocked the ball away. The ball was free. Hollis in frustration, he swoops down back onto Aycott. Foul goes the other way.
The Niagara River Lions stay on the road when they take on the Edmonton Stingers, the first of 2 meetings this season. And kicking off a Sunday doubleheader, action takes place May 24th at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. As mentioned, Niagara's second road game of 4 to open the season. They go to Edmonton. I believe next is Montreal, as Hildebrand can't get that miss on the putback. And Niagara going to push the pace. Kennedy pulls up for 3 on Krause. No good. Chaney with the rebound. McGowan's little hesitation, taking it inside, kicks it back out to Chaney. Warren on Carey Jr. Loses the handle. 10 on the shot clock, plenty of time. He gets it to Armani Chaney and takes a bump. Chaney finds some space. Skip pass over to Simon Hildebrand, who cannot get that three-point attempt to fall. Niagara going to push the pace here as we are now hitting the 4-minute mark. Next stoppage in play will draw target score time. Here's Kayo as the ball knocked away out of bounds, and it will be Winnipeg basketball. When we get back, it is target score time. Stay with us. An exciting finish down the pipe. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gems, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama,
that anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you
step up in big time. He is cooking.
The Winnipeg Sea Bears head to Ontario to take on Sean East and the Honey Badgers from the CAA Center in Brampton. Tip-off there, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. It'll be the first of 4 road games for the Sea Bears, who are not back here at Canada Life Center until June 12th. And Dave Crook, it looks like they're going to be leaving on a very nice note here. If they can keep things under wraps, they are up 19, 21, no, 18. Math is not my strong suit, Dave Crook. They've got a sizable lead, and if less things go real wrong, they should be walking away with the win.
Yeah, I mean, 18-point gap at the 9. That's 27 for the River Lions. That's tough work so far. You know, I'm not convinced that. I mean, if they do it, good for them, but it's going to be really tough. Winnipeg has been on average on offense in the front court. They've been really good defensively. They've been good in transition. They finished that quarter or up until target score time with 3 point guards. Now they're going back to just Cheney running the offense here with a little bit bigger lineup.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Scarborough went on a 19-0 run to win the game against Saskatoon just a couple of days ago. 19 points here would give them a 1-point lead, and they would still have to score another 9 on top of that. So 27 points is what they need to get before Winnipeg gets 9. 4 on the shot clock. Cheney from long range.
He just can't miss. What was he, 3 for 3 against Scarborough, 4 for 5 today?
The basket's his ocean. The basket is his ocean. The ball is his rock.
Unbelievable.
Unreal from Armani Cheney. He's got 15 points tonight. He's 4 from 5 for 3. That one being the longest. A miss there from Nathan Caio. And Winnipeg with another possession here, looking to make quick work of the Niagara River Lions. Cheney working inside, trying to find a spot. Bit of a heat check here probably. Here he goes. And that ball's tracked down by Teddy Allen. Allen's got 25 here tonight. He's going to go upstairs. Tillman wasn't looking. He was looking for the alley-oop, but he's still looking at Tillman with a smile. And I'm liking the interaction here between Jeremiah Tillman and Teddy Allen, both smiling. Tillman's kind of rolling his eyes. I can't believe I didn't see that. I was set up for a highlight reel dunk.
I mean, you know, they can be a little more relaxed with the difference in the score right now, 100%. But they can't be silly and they can't get stupid. They've got to make plays here down the stretch. You never know in target time.
90-69 is the score. A lot of work here for the River Lions. That'll help a little bit. 2 points from Kennedy. Aycott pushing the pace here for Winnipeg. Back to Cheney. Hildebrand is going to make the extra pass to Teddy. Kennedy there on time. 10 on the shot clock. Teddy working on Kennedy. Puts up the shot. Another 2 for Teddy. Make it 27.
Teddy Allen just takes his time, patient, creates a little space, hits a little turnaround jump shot.
Terry Jr. for 3. No good. And Teddy Allen with another rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds and 27 points and 7 assists. He's doing everything here tonight. And on top of that, he's tied his record with 6 steals. Here's a replay of the foul.
Tillman's going to get called for the offensive foul here. We're going to get Teddy Allen coming across the top. Oh, and he stuck his hip out. Yeah, that's not a tough call.
Teddy Allen, what a game for Teddy Buckets.
Yeah, but how many times have you said that?
It's just, I can't say it enough.
I know.
You know, and it's funny because we talked about it last game, how people, you know, it's not a great game for Teddy. Not in the post game, he had 22 points. It's not my best outing. But here, not only are we seeing the scoring out, but we're seeing it all over the floor. I mean, this is probably one of the most complete games we've seen him play.
But he continues to work hard on the defensive end. He's done that since he's come into camp. It's like a different Teddy Allen than the last time we saw him in Winnipeg.
His game has gotten a lot more complete since he last played here in 2024 as Aycott puts up for 3. And that's good. 1 point away from the target score are the Winnipeg Sea Bears, and the fans here are feeling it. Carey Jr. Gets it down to Kayo, who drives his pass to no one over the Sea-Bears bench. Actually, that's over some fans. And now the Sea-Bears have a chance to ice this one. The fans on their feet at Canada Life Center.
See what Winnipeg does here. They're going to slow the tempo down. See if they get something on the inside.
Here's Allen. Steps back. Pass to Akot for the game. Yes! Emmanuel Akot puts it away. Teddy Allen with another assist. The Sea-Bears win 97-71.
Nice take by Akot. Looked like Teddy Allen was going to go. Akot got the back cut. Niagara fell asleep. Ball ends up in his hands. We'll see it here. And he goes up strong. Lots of contact. Has the composure to bring the ball back down. Finishes over the top. Puts the game away. Nice play there by Akot with the last 5 points.
Don't think it'll be a surprise who our Booster Juice player of the game will be. Tegan Rasha standing by in just a second for that interview as these teams shake hands. And a tough one here for Niagara. This will be their biggest loss of the early season here before they move over to Edmonton. Another tough team, 97-71. But yeah, Niagara just couldn't find their rhythm for the most part offensively outside of a few flashes here and there.
Yeah, it was a tough night for them. And they just, you could see, well, one of the things I think I talked about in the pregame is the fact that they have to find a way to integrate these new players. They got to build. They're going to get some players back. And, you know, it's a building experience, and it's a long season. I mean, we know it's only 24 games, but it's long enough that they can wait to let some things happen.
And as mentioned, Tegan, throughout the broadcast, saying, you know, how even-keeled that Kimball McKenzie is. Although it's his first year as a head coach, he's been a player for a long time. He's won championships. They are not won on May 22nd. Now here's Tegan Rasha standing by with our Booster Juice player of the game. It's Teddy Allen. Tegan.
Teddy, another outstanding game for you. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. You know, good team win, good team win.
Up by 14 at half, extending that lead to 26 at the end. How did you guys do that?
Just playing together, finishing out the defensive possessions, getting a rebound, and moving the ball around. Everybody was involved, so that's good.
And after tonight, your team is now at 3-1. What does this do for confidence moving forward?
It's a long season, you know, try not to, you know, it's a long season. We just taking care of business that's what's in front of us.
All right, thanks and congratulations.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Teddy Allen with one of his big fans and the many fans here standing back to hear what he had to say. A big night from Teddy Buckets, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 steals, doing it at both ends of the floor, having a great complete game. We will have more as we wrap this one up. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, CBC Sports, and YouTube.
CA.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, My win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey. Limitless possibilities.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. Fans slowly filing out here after an exciting game in Winnipeg. The CEBLs beating the Niagara River Lions 97-71. It was never really close in this one. Winnipeg holding the lead the entire time right off the tip. But this is a game that they really wanted in that bounce back. It's not that they played terrible in Scarborough, but there were some mistakes that they wanted to capitalize on, mainly playing physical, getting those rebounds. And Dave Crook, they did exactly that tonight.
Yeah, they did all the things they wanted to do. They let that game slip in Scarborough. Like, they would be unhappy with how they played, especially how they played down the stretch today. They never put themselves in a position where they could let this game slip. They were dominant all the way through. They were good on the defensive end. They did a pretty good job, on the glass. I thought they were amazing in transition on both directions. The thing that I didn't like about them was I didn't think they executed at times in the quarter court the way they need to, but that hopefully will get better with some practice time and a little more game time.
Yeah, and if you're going to have a game like that, it might as well be when you have a win like this, right? When you have the pad, those mistakes were afforded to you. 5 players in double digits with 12 or more. No one more than Teddy Allen with 27.
Right, but they did enough of those other things allowed them so that they didn't have to be as good in the quarter court, I think, because their transition game was so good. And yeah, Teddy Allen, and Teddy is one of those guys who makes things happen when they're going at full speed.
Yeah, and Teddy, not to harp on it, a lot of guys played a good game here, but Teddy Allen, 27 points, 6 steals, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. The 6 steals, he just set that record in the first game of the season, and he matched that in Game 4, but he was all over the place. And, we talked about this in the last broadcast. The notoriety is with his offense, but we can't deny his defensive skills. The CEBL is no slouch league, and what he's doing here defensively is something that I think that needs to take more of the conversation when it comes to him.
Well, I think he just never used to put an effort in defensively, to be perfectly honest. And I think now he's really putting in a solid effort on the defensive end. And he prides himself by being a much better defender than he was, in the old days when he was more of a one-dimensional player.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
But I think one thing, if you look today at the stat sheet, you're going to see that there's not many bad performances from the CEBLs.
No.
All their lines are going to look pretty good, especially when you balance it against minutes played.
Yeah, and a big win here, too, because you look at it, the next 4 games are on the road. It's the longest road trip of the season for the CEBLs. On Monday, they're in Brampton, a quick trip to Ontario, right back in the Toronto area. And then on Friday, they're over in Saskatoon. And that a week from today, and then they finish it off June 4th and 5th in Ottawa and Montreal. Don't play here again until June 12th will be their next home game. We have a Saturday night rivalry matchup when Quincy Guerrier and the Montreal Lions travel to the arena at TD Place to take on Alex Fudge and the Ottawa Blackjacks. Tip-off, 7 o'clock Eastern. You can catch all that action on CBC Gem, CBC Sports, YouTube, and CEBL+. Ottawa Blackjacks, another team that's come out with a strong start. They had a win against this Niagara team who now falls to 0-2. Winnipeg improving to 3-1. And just to wrap this up, though, the importance of a win like this, taking advantage of home court advantage and setting the tone has to be important when you're going on a road trip like this, because especially when you're going up against Brampton, who is probably the favorite team right now in the league.
But they set the tone in terms of the effort and energy they want to play with, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. And they ran a lot of players onto the floor, and nothing changed. And that was the big thing, I think, for Winnipeg tonight, was that when the players on the floor changed, the effort and energy didn't change, and I think that's a real positive step.
Yeah, and they're going to need all the effort in the world against Sean East and the Brampton Honey Badgers. Looking at Niagara now, they're going to Edmonton. They scored 71 points here today, and they struggled offensively. Doesn't get any easier when you go into Edmonton and play Jordan Baker Stingers.
No, I don't think so, but the other point is I think they're going to get better when the more time they spend together, the more they do. And often, in a league like this and at any level, when your players get on the road, they spend some time together. It's tough when you lose, but they'll find a way to power through it. They're professionals.
Yeah. And that game is Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Edmonton Expo Center. It'll be the third of 4 road games to start the season. for Niagara. I know they're looking forward to getting home and having their banner and ring ceremony. Back in the place where it all went well. Did not go well tonight. They are still winless against the CBears at Canada Life Centre. CBears improving to 3-1 before hitting the road with a 97-71 win. The Niagara River Lions fall to 0-2 to open the season. On behalf of our sideline reporter Tegan Rasha, our color analyst Dave Crook, and all of our staff upstairs putting this wonderful broadcast together, I'm Joey Slattery saying good night, good weekend. We'll see you back here on June 12th.
Knock 'em out the world, knock 'em out the world with your head top down for some action.